Alright, I have a 62 TE valve body out of a 2010 Chrysler Town & Country. We're going to be overhauling this valve body. And then I have a new solenoid pack to put back in. I have a new lockup solenoid to put back in. And we're going to go through the valve body, go over check ball locations, because there is a common issue where a check ball can get put in the wrong spot and it would, cause a bind up. So we'll talk about that. And I guess that's about it. So let me get a little closer and we'll start going through this valve body. Alright, so first we got to unplug. Alright, so this one that's already unplugged is for the internal mode switch. Okay, so here is the line pressure sensor. So that'll pull right out. We just lifted this lock up and that'll pull right out. Okay, and here is the TCC solenoid. Okay, and this is going to be changed. This has some common issues. It becomes mechanically clogged, and then as you're coming down to a stop, could actually stall the engine. Alright, so we're going to remove the solenoid pack. So let me just turn this over. I took the bolts out, except for two, just to kind of move it along. So these are all the bolts here that go here. So this will come right out. Here's the solenoid pack. All right, now we're going to lift this off. This will come right out. The check balls are going to be under here. All right, so this should come right off here. Okay. All right. So in this one we have three check balls. We're going to go over this 1, 2, 3, and there is a fourth pocket, which is the underdrive, and that sometimes takes a check ball, but I'll show you how to determine if it actually takes one or not through the looking through the with the separator plate. All right. So let's mark these spots because we definitely don't want to put them back in the wrong spot. One, two, three. Okay. Okay. So the check balls are out. Let's flip this over. Alright, so here is the line pressure sensor. Okay, this has an O-ring here. Lock up solenoid. Okay. And then we just have a bunch of short little bolts here holding this plate on. this gasket here we're going to change because this actually is torn here where the line pressure sensor is. So we'll have a new gasket for that. Okay, and one thing that I did want to do, that I like to do with these, let me just turn my light back on here. I like to take the solenoid switch valve out, because that valve, you know, again, floats, and you don't really want that thing to hang up. So there should be 3 plugs. Here's 1, 2, 3, and then the valve. That valve floats back and forth. Again, no spring, so I like to make sure that that is definitely free. Okay, all right, let me get my flat sander here, stone. So we want to wash that up. We'll wash that up. Let's sit this here. Got some small line-up pins here and here, so we just got to go around that. All right, so let me get this cleaned up here. All right, so this is going to come out. I have a new gasket for that. This no gasket on this side. All right, so let me get all this cleaned up, and then we'll go back together with it. We'll go over, check all locations, and we'll install our new solenoid pack and lock-up solenoid. All right, so I'll be back shortly. All right, so we're all cleaned up here, ready to go. So the first thing I want to do is put back the solenoid switch valve. And actually went all the way down under its own weight, which is good. We're going to put these plugs back in. So the next thing we'll do is we have the gasket. Here's the plate. And the gasket, remember, went on this side. There was nothing on this side. This goes on just like this. So let's get our gasket here. Okay, making sure all the holes are clear, which they are. Alrighty, and this is going to go on just like that. And then we have our bolts. Piece of gasket off. Alright, there we go. Now let me just find a little sub kit. We're going to change the O-ring here, get the new sensor. And you know what, just give me 2 seconds, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here is the little sub kit. Grease on the O-ring here. All right, so we have 3 check balls in this unit. All right, so we have one here, one here, and one here. Okay, now there's another one on some models that may go here. This is the underdrive. All right, so how do you tell if a check ball goes there or not? You can use the plate. Okay, so the pocket is here. Let's put the plate over. Okay, so again, the pocket was right about here. Now you can see there is no hole. There is no hole right here. So with no hole, it does not take a check ball. Okay, and some people, actually, the research I've done through the tech company I belong to, there actually is a bulletin of a bind-up on the 2-3 shift. So apparently what must have been happening, or mistakenly people are taking the check ball. This is low reverse, leaving this out and putting it in here. All right, so this low reverse clutch is on in first and second. It comes off in third, but with no check ball here, it can't come off. All right, now the check ball is here instead, so the clutch will stay on, and that'll give you the bind up on the 2-3 shift. I believe also if this check ball is mistakenly left out, you will also have harsh engagements. All right, so you just want to be careful. That's why I like to mark the areas where the check ball goes, and some models may have this and some models may not. So if you know, accidentally these check balls fall out, it's easy enough to tell if one goes here or not. Just use the plate to see if there is a hole or if there is not. All right, so let me just redo the camera angle and we'll finish this up. Okay, so let's put this on. Okay, now we have this piece. And of course the bolts go through there to hold the solenoid pack on. And this piece is going to go just like that. There's a couple of dowels for that as well. Alright, here is our new OE solenoid pack I got out of this Mopar box. Alright, so we got really nothing holding this together, so we got to try to kind of hold this here. Alright, so let's see how this pack is going to go on. Alright, looks like this pack is going to go like that. Okay. And we bring it over to the edge. Okay. Alrighty. And we'll very carefully just kind of run these down flush. Okay, these also. 53 inch-pounds. Let's start from the middle and work your way out. Just slip these down, just be easier. this in. And this one, again, is for the range switch. And this will be right in here. Push this down. That'll lock it. And this, of course, will go into the mode, internal mode switch. Alright, so I guess that is it. Going out here, just to let you know, this one here is your EPC solenoid. But everything is, you know, nothing is sold separately. I don't think anything other than like a seal. So it's all together as one. And I think that's about it on this 62 TE valve body out of this 2010 Chrysler Town & Country. So I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next one.